Okay, well, hey everybody, welcome to day 2 of what I'm calling Techno Week. And today I want to talk about really one big subject that I won't be able to cover entirely, but it's in regards to communication and the new extent that we're all having to deal with this digitally, right? I mean, now of course we've been emailing and texting and making phone calls and all of these things before, but now more than ever before, at least for me personally, that is done almost entirely digitally. All communication is done digitally, except with my, my wife and kids. And so I want to start off with just a few words of caution and some things that I think will help you think through what to communicate, how to communicate, and that sort of thing. And then I want to leave you with maybe some questions that I think should be helpful here as well. So first thing, I want to start with a verse. Colossians chapter 3, verse 2 says to set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. So think about that as you communicate. Set your minds on things above. Communicate with that, spirit-led perspective. That may be the most important thing that I say this whole time. But in saying that, I want to give you an acronym that has meant a lot to me, and it's the acronym HALT, H-A-L-T. And basically it's saying, well, we are at our weakest and most vulnerable when we are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Stay away from email. Don't check it after a certain time. Avoid texts and phone calls and things like that. We're human, and that's okay. Early on, I kind of implemented this with our Middletown staff. That when in doubt, if it's a crucial conversation, if it's negative news, if it can be taken negative or bad, then you know what? Video chat is the way to go. If you can't be in person, use video. Avoid email or text when it could be taken either way. I get it. Video chat is not our native language, but we need to get comfortable being uncomfortable because email is not as personal as it once was. And so we need to rethink and relearn. We need to get comfortable being uncomfortable using things like video chat right now. And so here's what we can use email and text for pretty consistently. Quick words of encouragement. To email or to text a quick prayer or a picture or a devotional that meant a lot to you, do those things, share those things. Let's build each other up, through that. Same thing with text. Let someone know that the Holy Spirit put them on your mind. That's a good thing. And so use phone calls and text, for things like that, for more personal things, video chat, if it's in danger of being taken the wrong way. But, what if when we receive those nasty grams, as Pastor Lee Hack puts it, how do we handle those moments? Because if you haven't received one, you will, all right? And so how do you respond? How do you react? Well, I would say first, be humble. Ask yourself, what can I own? That's the first thing I try to do in those moments. What can I own in this moment? Or take this picture, of eating a fish. What do? You eat the meat and you spit out the bones. And do the same thing when you receive those nasty emails or texts or whatever. Go there first. Be humble. And I would say be patient. I remember being pulled over in northwestern Alabama about 4 years ago or so, trying to get to my sick mom. And that state trooper, assuming the best, kind of cutting, me some grace, letting me go. And I remember thinking, you know what? I want to do the same thing. I want to assume the best about people. I want to fill those gaps with trust. And so your patience, it will not be forgotten. I can promise you that. Maybe not immediately, but it will not be forgotten. And so ask yourself these questions as I close, as you communicate, as you prepare to communicate or respond in communication. What do I really want in this moment? What do I want for me? And what do I want for the other person? Do you want to be right? Or do you want to be healthy, and things to be healthy in this conversation, in this communication? And then last, I would add this as well. What does God want in these moments of communication? So I hope this is helpful today. It's impossible to cover it entirely, but I hope these have been helpful, and I will look forward to talking about something a little bit more difficult tomorrow.